We all know that Trump is a two-faced liar. For example, he imposed tariffs that he said would bring tons of money into the United States, lower prices for everybody, and it turns out he's reversing course on this and lowering tariffs on a number of important staples. Whether this will immediately bring relief to people, who knows, but he'll probably then claim that he helped lower prices, which he himself raised. But more importantly, what I'd like to talk just for a moment is Trump and the Muslims, because he spews hatred toward Mayor-elect Mandami in New York. But let's take his look at his actions around the world. He's talked, remember, he invited the Taliban to have a peace meeting at uh, Camp David, which would have absolutely been appalling. And as I recall, it was to be held originally on the anniversary of 9/11. Let that sink in for a few moments with respect to his dislike of Muslims. He's talked to Afghanistan and the Taliban because he wants our air base back. Egypt. These are all countries that have either vast majority or certainly large percentage of Muslims. Egypt he's talked to. Syria, he welcomed into the Oval Office, a country that is almost all Muslim of one sect or another. Indonesia, we ought to note in Indonesia, the Trump Corporation is trying to leverage his name into building a development there. India has a very large Muslim population. Israel has an 18% Muslim population. Jordan, Qatar, which wants to build a Trump Tower for Trump, is a Muslim nation and has been supportive of terrorist attacks on the United States and elsewhere. Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, where he just went and signed what he claimed was yet another major trade deal. Saudi Arabia, Turkey. These are all major Muslim countries. Now, keep in mind that in any number of them, women have no rights. There's no freedom of speech. People get beheaded for all sorts of different offenses, which we would consider minor. So that those, of course, are people that Trump likes. But he's willing. The more important point I'm trying to make is where he can suck up to somebody and get something. He's willing to do it and bend over backwards, or maybe bend a knee, if you will, for those Muslim countries. But God forbid one is elected, a Muslim person is elected mayor of New York and he goes berserk. Because that's a person who's not going to bend his knee to Trump. So whether you agree with his politics, that's one thing. But for Trump and his people to say they're going to look at his citizenship and attack him because he's Muslim, for God's sakes, Trump's kissing every Muslim he can around the world to try and look good and get the Trump organization to plant a flag or, more important, some offensive building in their kingdoms or properties.